Hi everybody, welcome to Macho the Rottweiler. I know you guys don't really want to see me right now, but I'm gonna do, this is a question Q&A that I've been saying I'm gonna do. I only have two hands and I need both of them to do this so I can scroll through and answer your questions. I know you'd rather see Macho right now, but you can hear him. And he'll probably come over here and maybe show his face, but he's doing the perimeter check right now. So, you know what? I just want to introduce myself as Macho's mentor, because that's what people call me, as Macho's mentor. My name is Jamie. I'm Macho's owner, and those that haven't been following me from the beginning, he'll be 2 on June 8th. He'll be 2, but we're going to do Q&A. So as I scroll down, I'm going to be answering some questions from the newest to the oldest, because I just got about an hour ago, I got a question that's a very broad question. I can't really, anyway, so this is from Saif Ahmed. You just left this question about an hour ago, and he states, please stop wiping your face on the couch. You want to make an appearance? Whoops, sorry. Come here, Macho, come over here and make an appearance. Come here, up, come here, up, come on, up, come on. Make an appearance, come on. He's like, I can't. Come here, Macho, come here. Up, come on. There you go. There's my son, there's my buddy. There's my love of my life. Yes, he is. You barking and making sure everything's okay, huh? Yes, you are. We just got back from the park. He had a little run at the park. Okay, go do your thing. Go do your thing. Okay, so how do you prevent your dog from fighting? Please help. I'm scared. My dog fights every time we enter the park. Okay, so this is a really broad question because I've got a lot of questions for you. Is it a male dog? Is he neutered? Is he intact? Have you socialized him? You know, I can only tell you what I did with Macho, because Macho is a male and he is intact. And Macho's got a great personality. He's very mild, well-tempered. I can take him into the dog parks as long. Macho gets attacked by other dogs, other male dogs. It's usually male dogs that are neutered that want to attack them. And I researched this, and I found out that even male dogs that are neutered will still find intact dogs a threat. So when I take Macho to a park, and if I see a new dog, I always ask if is this a male? And then if it is a male, because he's fine with females, he just wants to hump all the females. But I keep on him after that, because I don't allow him to. He's not supposed to do that. I don't like that. But I get it. He's a man, you know. He still has his package. I get it. But what I would recommend you do. Well, this is what I did, because I don't know your situation, so I can't really recommend anything for your situation. But what I did with Macho, the day I got the okay from the vet with all his shots at 4 months old, I took him to the dog park, and I socialized, and I cannot stress that enough, especially with these dogs. You've got to socialize them. You have to. It's a must, you know. So, and I take Macho out every day, every single day, unless I'm sick or it's raining really bad. I mean, but he goes to the dog park, and I socialize. Even now that he's almost 2, every day is a training day. Every day that you have your dogs is a training day. Hold on, I need to get some water. And we're back. Okay, I just had to get some water. Whenever I do a lot of talking, Okay, let me see. So that was question number 1. So that's what I did with Macho. I don't know your situation with your dog, so I can't really answer your question. All I can tell you is what I did, and it's worked for him. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, so here's a question from Aisha Khan. Thank you, Aisha, for all of your lovely remarks and stuff. You left a comment yesterday. It said, please take some water for Macho Boy when Macho going for walk or outdoor. Macho always has water. Just because you guys don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. I just replied to somebody saying that. There's always water at the dog park, so you don't have to worry about that. Here's just a comment from Juan Weigel. I think that's how Weigel. I think that's how you say your name. I just thank you for the comments, and you left a comment yesterday saying he's so cute. I love Macho, and how you doing, Lady Macho? I'm doing fantastic, thank you, Juan. I hope you're doing good too. Lady Macho, that's Jamie, like I stated in the beginning of the video, so you guys know. So here's a comment from Kurt Dirt. Is that from Joe Dirt? You left a comment 2 days ago and you said, really contemplating getting a Rott. Been watching videos the past 2 days. Is he a certain type of Rott? Yes, there is American Rottweilers and German Rottweilers. He is a German. German Rottweilers tend to be a little bit shorter and more stocky. My first Rottweiler was an American Rottweiler. He was tall and not as stocky, but he was big. He was bigger than Macho. He weighed 130 pounds. His name was Reese, and oh my God, best dog. Just Rottweilers are the best. So you want to get a Rottweiler. You heard the cost is around $1,400, which you wouldn't mind paying that. The cost of Rottweilers really vary depending on where you live. I heard in India, they're crazy expensive, So I don't know where you live, but I paid $1,000 for Macho, and I got lucky because when I did my research and looking for a pup, I found one in my area, and like within an hour of my area, and they were asking between $200 and $2,500 for their dogs, and I was like, what? You know, that's just ridiculous. You know, $2,500 for a show dog and $2,000 for a family pet. So I kept searching, and then I found a breeder in the next town over that was selling his pups, AKC registered, paper, for both parents on site for $1,000, and I was like on it, and got a hold of him the very next day, and I went down and I had first pick of the litter, and I met Macho, and he was 10 days old, and I picked him out at 10 days old. Didn't know his personality or anything, but I knew that these puppies were going to go fast, and I wanted a male Rottweiler, and they only had 2. And the other one had a white spot on his chest, and I didn't know. It doesn't. If I wanted to be able to have a registered Rottweiler in case I wanted to show him, just in case the opportunity arose or whatever. So I didn't want the one that had the white on his chest. I got Macho, and I would love to show him, but I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. So you heard around 14 bucks, depending on where you live, that's not too bad. You also said, oops, sorry. Okay, you also said, Kurt, I've never really owned a dog before, but I have a new house and a big backyard, and I want a huge guard dog. Are you familiar with dogs? I mean, do you know dogs, because Rottweilers they're fantastic dogs, but it is very, very important to get them training, to be able to train them in those early weeks, those early months at that puppy stage when, you know, you're stronger and they haven't developed an attitude yet. So I would recommend getting a trainer if this is your first dog. It's just really important. I had a Great Dane. We adopted him at 7 months old. He had all kinds of problems that we didn't know about. Tried to get him professional, not obedience training, because he knew how to sit and stay and do all that stuff. But when he got outside with other dogs, he just acted like he wanted to kill him. And he never got over that. And I did have training on him, and it didn't work. But if this is your first dog and you're wanting to get a Rottweiler, just make sure you get them trained. That's all I say. If you want them to be social with people, your friends, but because the guard dog is going to come naturally, trust me. It's just bred in them. That's what they do. So just take that into consideration, because you don't want a dog that you can't trust around anyone. Like our Great Dane, we couldn't trust. He bit 3 people. We were really lucky that we didn't get sued, but he just nipped them. He left a puncture, but he was afraid. He had insecurity issues. Anyway, enough about that. And you also asked Kurt, how old is he? He'll be 2 again, June 8th. And then you also asked, training as for what? Like I just said, Rottweiler, all dogs need obedience training, but the bully breeds like Rottweilers and Shepherds and Pit Bulls and Mastiffs and Great Danes, they all, because they're big, not so much Pit Bulls not being big, but those big breeds need to have that socialization and training. I can't stress that enough for Kurt. You said that you just started business. I have time now as for training. Where do I start? What should I do? Start watching a lot of YouTube videos. I would recommend The Dog Whisperer, Cesar Millan. He's excellent. You could look him up on YouTube. Books. Anything you can get your hands on, reading, get one of those Rottweiler books and everything. That's what I would recommend for you, Kurt, for real. I mean, if this is your first dog, get some information. Start getting information on this breed and training information. Here's a comment from, this is going to be a long video. Here's a comment from Doris Gibbs Sinclair. What kind of training did you give Macho so you can let him run off leash and doesn't run off and won't come back when you call him? Thanks. You got to train him as a puppy. What I did with Macho, what I did with all my dogs. I've never had a dog that ran off. Now, my first Rottweiler became deaf when I called him, when he was out in public, you know. I mean, he was really great-natured dog again, but he didn't, and he wouldn't run away, but he just became, all of a sudden, when I called his name, oh, I can't, all of a sudden I can't hear, you know. But what I did with Macho, when he was a pup, when I got the okay to let him out, I would go to, before I took, well, no, not before, but I would go, just take him to any regular park and take him off the leash. And as a puppy, they're going to want to stay close to you. When they're that small, 4 months old, they're going to want, because you're their mom or dad, you know, they're going to want to stay close to you. So that's how I would do it. And he would run, Macho would do this on his own when I take him to the park. I'd let him off the leash, and Macho loves to run, loved to run then, loves to run now. But he would run in circles, small circles around me. And then as he built his confidence, the circles would get bigger and bigger. And I would, always have treats with you when you call his name and he comes to you, reward him with the treat. That's another good one, because then they respond, if they respond to food well, you know, just always reward them with the treat when they come to you. But that's what I did with Macho. I just let him off. I just let him off the leash, and you know, when he was a puppy, and I've got videos of that, of him running in circles around me. And that's just how it started. Then I started taking him to the ballpark and just let him run, and you know, and he'll be so far away from me, from what you guys can see in the videos. But when it's time to go, or you know, I'll just call his name. I'll go, Macho, come on. And then he doesn't come to me immediately, but he starts reeling it in smoother. He just starts coming to me, and it's like, come on, Macho, and then we go. So that's how I did it. Let me see. Doris, you also asked a question. Your question is, how do I know if my Rottie is an alpha male? Well, that's a tricky question. Because I'm still not totally convinced that Macho's alpha. Because for the fact, I mean, I've had my friend say, oh yeah, he's an alpha, and other people say, oh yeah, he's an alpha. But the reason why I'm not sure exactly if he really is an alpha male, even though he's still intact, he probably is. But the reason is because he is such a good-natured dog. He's a happy dog. He doesn't want to fight. When he's around other male dogs, it has always been the other dog that starts the fight with Macho, and then Macho has to fight in defense. So I'm like, well, if it were, to me, I'm thinking, well, if it were an alpha male, wouldn't the alpha start it? So I don't know, because Macho's never started a dog fight in his life. He's been in many, from just taking him to the dog park, we've been attacked 3 times by the same pit bull that's off a leash in our neighborhood. Macho, that's a different story. That's not talking about male, so I wouldn't, or alpha male, so I wouldn't even go there. I would just read up on it. You said that you've been to even one of Cesar Millan's seminars. That's great. I'm sure you had to have gotten some benefit from that. But keep reading on the books on alpha. I don't have a lot to say about that because I'm not sure that Macho's alpha. He's just such a happy dog, you know. He doesn't, and that's how my first male Rottweiler was too. He was a happy dog. He didn't want to fight. He just wanted to play, you know. But hi baby, you want to say hi? These are your fans. He's looking. Where? So here's a comment from Honey Badger. You said, honey, it seems like he would be a good at therapy dog stuff, like going to hospitals to cheer people up. That was my main goal. I wanted to be able to do that with Macho. But right now, he would be great, but not at this point. I need to do some work with him and some training with him, and I don't think I'd want to do it till after I get him fixed, because right now he is so hyper. He has so much energy nonstop. So that's something that I would like to do, like in the future, to take him to hospitals, to see little children, to see the elderly, to brighten up the days, you know, because Macho is such a lovable guy. Everybody loves Macho. So, but yeah, that's something that I'd be interested in doing. So Rosie Rich says, I'm getting a Rottie whose parents look a whole lot like Macho. He's beautiful. How old is he now, and how much does he weigh? Macho, again, will be 2 in June. Did I say June 2nd? I meant June 8th. June 8th is his 2-year-old birthday mark. And how much does he weigh? Macho weighs about 100 pounds right now. Macho's not a really big Rottweiler. You know, like I said, my first one was 130, and he wasn't even fat. He was just big. He was tall, and he was just big. But Macho only weighs 100 pounds. I'm guessing he will put on more bulk as he gets older. So not a whole lot more. He gets so much exercise, so he burns it off. He also eats a lot too. Okay, so I apologize if I say your name wrong, but to Pradeep Balaji. You said he's such a beautiful dog. Thank you for that. And then you asked, can you please donate me some money so that I can buy a puppy? Because Rottweiler puppies are expensive in India. Please donate. I'm sorry. I can't do that. I am on a fixed limited income. If I had all the money in the world, sure, I'd buy you a dog. But I can't do that. And I've heard they are extremely, outrageously expensive in India and over there. I mean, like thousands and thousands of dollars. So, but I don't have that kind of money, and I'm sorry. I hope you're able to get your dog, but there's nothing I can do about that. Sorry, guy. Not a question. I just want to give a shout out to Robin Miller. Thank you, darling, for all of your sweet comments. You just say the most sweetest things, and I just wanted to give you a shout out and a thanks. Doris Gibbs again, you want to know what do you use to make sure he doesn't get ticks and fleas when you go out to the park? Advantage, just Advantage, and never had a problem. So somebody asks, Angel Carrillo, I cannot, hey, stop it, it's Chloe. I can't roll my tongue, but you asked, how many homegirls does Macho have? I can't count that high. Yeah, he's a pimp. Macho has lots of girlfriends. Yeah. But his main girlfriend, his main one, is Willow the Husky. She's a beautiful husky. She's a little girl, and they just love each other. Every time they're at the dog park, it's just them. Macho follows her around. There's Chloe. Macho's gonna go bug her. But yeah, so his main hoe is Willow the husky. So Ethan Bialok asks, he was wondering if I was going to let him father puppies one day. That's the goal. That's the goal. You know, I have somebody right now who wants to breed their female Rott with him. We're just waiting for her to go into heat. It should be sometime this summer. But yes, and today I just noticed in my very own city, out in the country or the outskirts of my city, I was just driving by there one day, and there's a big sign that says Rottweiler breeder, you know, and I was like, what? I had no idea. Even when I was looking for Macho, this Rottweiler breeder that lives in my home city never showed up. So today, just today, I went to her house to see if she'd be interested in breeding any of her females with him. She wasn't home, but I left a note. So we'll see. We'll see on that. But yes, I do plan on breeding him, and depending on what their female looks like. The one that wants to breed their female with me, we're waiting for her to go into heat. She's not papered. So that doesn't, but my first Rottweiler wasn't papered, and he was an awesome dog. Beautiful, awesome dog. So that doesn't really mean anything. But yes, he is, we are going to breed him. So we're waiting on that. Okay, you guys. So, I went through and I didn't see any more questions. I'm surprised this video took as long as it did. Thank you for tuning in and watching the question and A, even though it's not Macho. So if you guys have any other questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get to it. I'll get to you guys. So you guys, thanks. Let's see if I can get Macho. He finally stopped. Now he's taking a nap. I just woke him up. Were you sleeping? You sleeping? Good night.
good night. Look at that face. They want to see you. Yes, my baby. Yes, it is. Yes, a good boy. Oh, what a good boy. That's his spot right there. What? There it is. Yes, a good baby. Yeah, oh, it's a good boy. Okay, you guys. Macho says good night for now. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.